Hey everyone, how's it going? Azren here. Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I want to talk about the origins, or rather how Azren the language nerd and all of these language things really got started. So basically everything began roughly 9 years ago, 9 years ago, when I was about 16 years old. When I was 15, 16, my mom sent me off to France, and I went on a 3-month exchange trip in a small little town called Lons-le-Gaulois. So I was in France for 3 months, and it's funny, right? Because I didn't even want to go. My mom was like, you have to go. I was like, I don't want to go. This is not, why do I have to? I don't want to go to France. I don't want to be away from home for 3 months. Like, that's scary, and didn't want to go. But thankfully, my mom forced me, and off I went to France. When I came back, a couple things happened. Number one, my French had improved a lot. And like, when I say a lot, I mean a lot. It was interesting seeing the other students who had gone on the same exchange trip, because I noticed that, wow, my French really improved a lot more than a lot of the other people who went on the trip. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm pretty good at French now. And not everybody got good at French after going to France. That's fascinating. So that happened. I then decided to study Spanish. So in high school, I studied some Spanish, and I found that really fascinating too. And I was like, okay, maybe I like languages. So when I went to university, I actually majored in French and Spanish. Did that, traveled to Peru, traveled to Chile, went back to France a couple times, went to Quebec, right? So a lot of different travel, a lot of different trips happened in that time. And by the time I was roughly halfway through university, I knew that languages were my thing. When I graduated university, I started to learn Chinese. I took a couple of classes in university, and it was funny because I was working in a very different environment. I was running a window cleaning business, and it was crazy, right? Because these university classes, I was not overly serious about them because I was working full time. And so trying to get to class and balance my job and all that, usually Chinese was pushed to the side, and I wasn't overly serious about it. I then went to China for a month because I was like, wow, I need to physically push my job aside for a moment and focus fully on Chinese. So I went to China, spent a month in China, in Beijing. This would have been about roughly two, maybe 2.5 years ago from now. So I went to China, had an awesome time, obviously, learned a lot. Came back, and I was still working on my other job. I was still running the whole window cleaning business, right? And being a general manager of a window cleaning company. Probably roughly a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I realized that, wow, I'm spending all this time on my other job, which was awesome. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed running the window cleaning business. That was freaking awesome. But I was realizing that, wow, I'm not spending a lot of time on languages, and my French and Spanish is getting really bad. And not really bad, but it was slowly getting worse. And I was like, man, I'm barely improving on Chinese. So I was having these thoughts, I had this realization, and eventually what happened was I essentially left the window cleaning business, left that altogether. Traveled for a few months, mostly in China, right? Mostly in China. And it was interesting because I remember, I think it was before going to China. I wish I remembered the exact timeline, but I'm pretty sure it was before. I remember this super vividly, like super vividly. I remember seeing some video, I don't even know how I came across it, of a 17-year-old hyper polyglot. And I was like, what the heck is this? What the heck is a hyper polyglot? Watched the video, and it's about this whole documentary of the 17-year-old kid who speaks like 17 languages or something crazy. And I was like, what? And everyone's like, this kid's amazing. I'm reading the YouTube comments, they're all praising him. And it's crazy, right? So I'm watching this video, and I had two feelings inside of me. Number one, I'm impressed. I was like, wow, this kid's pretty sharp. Wow, amazing. But number two, I was like, I'm better than this kid. I'm better than him. I'm so much better. Like, he's getting all this praise. Oh my god, if I put myself out there, it's history. It's history. Right now, he speaks more languages than me. He's ahead of me, quote unquote ahead of me. But I was like, dude, if I jump in this game and if I put my time and effort, holy cow, this is history. I'm gonna beat this kid. So I got a bit competitive with this random 17-year-old. I was like, man, he's got I'm super behind on this guy. He's younger than me, number one. Number two, I had not started anything publicly with languages. And I was like, oh my god, this kid's ahead of me. I got a lot of work to do. So I thought maybe I could be a hyper polyglot. And I was like, can I be paid to do that? I don't know. I had no idea. So I had these different thoughts. I then came across the Polyglot conference, and I was like, what? There's a Polyglot conference? Like, what is this? Like, are there people who get paid to be a polyglot and work in languages? Huh. From there, what happened, you know, I traveled to China. I was gone for 2 months, 3 months actually. I was in China, I was in the States, I was in Taiwan, I was in Morocco, I was in Spain. Traveled like crazy, started doing the language videos, mostly in China actually. I think I started before China, but for the most part it was in China, so all the early videos on this channel were from China. Came back and, you know, it just got more and more serious from there. So more videos, started to teach people and actually make money that way, started to do blogging and started to really devote all of my time into this language thing. And now here we are today, teaching full-time and doing, you know, part-time blogging and obviously lots of stuff with videos and putting content on Snapchat and Instagram and all that stuff. So really, really awesome 7, 8 months now roughly. Really crazy 7, 8 months so far and had a blast. And it's so early, guys. 7, 8 months is nothing. It's nothing. I mean, honestly, there's so much ahead. There's so much yet to come. And I'm really excited to see what happens in the next 4 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. I'm super excited. Especially because who knows, I might wake up tomorrow. Where's my phone? Not my phone. I might wake up to like a text tomorrow that like changes everything, or like an email about a completely different opportunity, and all of a sudden I might leave languages and go to something cooler that I enjoy more. Like, who knows? It's so exciting. I'm excited to see where things go in the future. I'm going to be documenting it, so you guys will all see too, and that's really exciting for me as well. I'm really excited, really stoked that you guys and other people can be a part of what's going on in my life, and yeah, really, really excited. So anyway, thanks for watching that video, and hope you have an awesome day. Bye for now.